Ladies and gentlemen, I got some good news for all of you guys. Pablo is safe. Let's go, baby. Let's go. My boy Pablo is safe and sound. I got a lead the other day to go to a local PetSmart in my town, and for some reason Pablo out there was hanging out with some fine penguin ladies or something like that. He's been getting into some wild stuff, but he is safe and sound. I don't know if that Lamborghini helped him pick up some of them penguin. But yeah, that's what happened right there, which is really exciting. So he's safe and sound. Maybe I'll be able to show you guys a little picture or Pablo IRL some point in the future. He's currently just hiding backyard in his igloo right now, just big chilling, but he is safe and sound. So for everybody that's been worrying about him for the past couple weeks, he is all right. So I'm very happy about that, and I hope you guys are too. But today we're going to be talking about the next mini box coming into Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. And there's no confirmed date on the next mini box for Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, but we got some news and information from the recent leaks that might lead towards us finally getting Abyss Actors as the next box, because Konami kind of skipped Abyss Actors apparently. So we're going to be taking a look at that in today's video. So if you guys are either excited for the return of Pablo or excited for the new leaks, be sure to hit the like button on the video down below and make sure to subscribe to this YouTube channel so you guys do not miss out on that spicy content that we have rolling out on this channel. But without further ado, let's go take a look at the new leaks. And yeah, let's get into it, boys and girls, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so we got a lot, and I mean a lot to talk about right here. So we have rarity changes from November 10th. We also have rarity changes for November 13th. Your boy's behind on the rarity changes, that is for sure, but I've been really busy with work. But basically, for all you guys that don't know already, rarity changes typically mean that we're going to be getting these cards later on in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links. What they usually are is just cards that are already in Yu-Gi-Oh! Duel Links, but NPCs only have access to them. And Konami typically rates these cards like UR SR from the get-go when they're given to NPCs, because typically we don't have access to these cards since they're NPC only. But when Konami is going to add these cards eventually in a mini box, in an event or whatnot, they update the rarities where they properly are supposed to be, and people realize about these leaks and post about them because typically these are cards that we will get in the future in future boxes and whatnot. As we can take a look right here for leaks on October 6th, as you can see, look at all these different rarity changes that we got for all these different cards right here. We got Dreadmaster eventually. In the last box, we got all the Ignite support, and we got the Gemini support, which all got rarity changes because, again, NPCs and Duel Links and whatnot just had access to these cards. And then, you know, Konami was like, let's change the rarities real quick because we're actually going to give them to the players. So you can look at most of these cards, and for the most part, we have like all these cards now in Duel Links. So these ones should be legit, and this should mean that we'll be getting these cards some point soon, because I would seriously doubt that all of these rarity changes are going to be for stuff that's going to be for like events and whatnot. Most likely all these rarity changes are slated for a potential mini box right here, because that's what everybody else in the community is thinking of, is like all these cards are getting updated, like the Major Specters, the Abyss Actors. Like most likely we're probably going to get an Abyss Actor mini box soon, especially for the fact that Konami skipped the Abyss Actors with the Ritual box, which, don't get me wrong, the Ritual box is awesome, but they did definitely skip out on Sylphia right here. We're really thinking that that was going to be the next main box right here. But as you can see, on November 10th, we got some rarity changes for Abyss Actors, and on the 13th here, we had some rarity changes for some other stuff. So in today's video, we're just going to only talk about just the highlight cards, mostly the SR cards, and kind of go through some of the Abyss Actors in Duel Links right here. So without further ado, let's get into it, boys, and let's go take a look at all these Abyss Actors right here. So first of all, we're going to take a look at Abyss Actor Wild Hope. So they switched this card to being an SR rarity right here. So let's take a look at this guy. It's a Fiend Pendulum Effect. Pendulum Effect, once per turn, you can target an Abyss Actor card in the other Pendulum Zone. Its scale becomes 9 until the end of the turn. So that's actually going to combo pretty well with Funky Comedian right here as a scale 8. So you can go into some more Abyss Actor shenanigans, which is cool. On top of that too, and this will also work with the other Abyss Actors, which is nice too. So overall, it's actually a really good Abyss Actor Pendulum card. So I see why this is an SR. But it also states you also cannot special summon monsters for the rest of the turn except Abyss Actor monsters, even though this card leaves the field, which makes sense, but still super good effect, because that basically means you can use any 2 Abyss Actors in order to go for some spicy Pendulum summoning. So I like that. And then a monster effect, once per turn, you can make this card gain 100 attack for each Abyss Actor monster you currently control with different names till the end of this turn. If this card is throw a battle or card effect, you can add an Abyss Actor card from your deck to your hand, except Wild Hope. You can use this card once per turn. So overall, this card's not too bad. The only thing you really want to focus on, though, is probably the Pendulum Effect. This is going to be definitely your main guy to go into most of your Abyss Actor Pendulum summons, but its monster effect's still decent. because you can get a search and boost your Abyss Actor stuff. So that's cool. I like it. Next up, we got one of the main guys for the archetype right here, Evil Heal, one of the main little beat sticks of this archetype that is a level 8. So again, you're going to want to use that previous Abyss Actor we just talked about to go into this monster and pendulum summon it. But let's take a look at its effects nonetheless. So first things first, its pendulum effect. Once per turn, you contribute an Abyss Actor monster, then target a face of monster opponent controls. It loses attack equal to the original attack of the attributed monster. So it's whatever. A lot of the Abyss Actors have that effect, so that's nothing special. Also, if this card is normal or special summon, you can target one face of monster opponent controls. It loses 1,000 attack for each Abyss Actor monster you currently control until the end of this turn. Once card destroys opponent's monster by battle, you can target an Abyss script spell card in your graveyard and set that card. So that's actually pretty good right here. So this is going to be, again, your main boss monster to be able to get a big 3k monster on the board. And on top of that, with its ability, you can make opponent's monsters lose 1,000 attack. I don't know if they're going to nerf this to 500. I kind of hope they don't. But still, it is still something that is actually pretty dang good, honestly. It's actually a pretty good effect right there, because from the get-go, you get a guaranteed 1,000 loss of attack from your opponent's monsters. But you'll also most likely get the additional with your 2 other Abyss Actors. So yeah, that's actually really good. I like this card. Next up, we have Abyss Actor Sassy Rookie right here. It's a Fiend Pendulum Effect monster. If an Abyss Actor monster you control would be destroyed by battle or an opponent's card effect, you can destroy this card instead. That's pretty good. The first time this card would be destroyed by battle or card effect, it is not. If this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in the owner's monster zone is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can special summon a level 4 or lower Abyss Actor monster from your deck, except Sassy Rookie. If this card in the pendulum zone is destroyed, you can target a level 4 or lower monster opponent controls and destroy it. So this guy's kind of cool. This is actually a pretty good little bonus protection effect. So this might be one of the main Abyss Actors you're going to want to go for your pendulum summons if you have your other SR guy. I cannot remember the guy's name. So if you have Wild Hope and Sassy Rookie, that's actually going to be a pretty good combo, because you can use Wild Hope to switch Sassy Rookie to a scale 9, summon it to Evil Heal right here, and then thanks to Sassy Rookie, you can give it a protection effect with its pendulum effect right there. So this guy's pretty decent. I like it. I actually like it a lot. But again, Wild Hope is your crutch card. If you don't draw into this guy, it's going to be impossible to go into the pendulum summons, because you see how low these scales are. That is a little scary, but still, again, that's why Wild Hope is an SR for sure, for sure. And then last but not least, let's take a look at Leading Lady. And this guy is, or this card, I don't know, it's a lady, it's not a guy. Hello? What am I talking about? But its pendulum effect states once per turn, when you take battle damage from an opponent's attacking monster, you can activate one of these effects. That opponent's monster loses attack equal to the damage you took, even if this card leaves the field. Add one face of Abyss Actor pendulum monster from your extra deck to your hand with attack less than or equal to the damage you took. Okay, so these pendulum effects are kind of like whatever. It's just a lot of just situational effects that don't really help you in the long term, because you have to take battle damage from your opponent first. It doesn't really give you any bonus effects or being able to stop the attack from happening in the first place. So while it is cool, you can make your opponent's monster lose attack after it attacks you, and you can get your Abyss Actor pendulum monsters from your extra deck back to your hand. It's too awkward. I don't like that effect too much. But let's take a look at its monster effect. Once per turn, when battle damage is afflicted, you can target a face of monster your opponent controls. It loses attack equal to that battle damage when this card is destroyed by battle, or if this card in the owner's monster zone is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can set an Abyss script spell directly from your deck. So again, I don't think Cat Lady's doing much for the archetype right here. I would probably ignore that one low key, if I'm being honest right here. I'd focus on these two personally, but I'll play Abyss Actors. I don't know much about them. So we'll just wait and see for these guys, that's for sure. But I guess before we should get them, we should take a look at the Abyss script stuff too, right? Come on here, Ethan. What are you doing here? So first one we're gonna take a look at is Opening Ceremony, which by the way is actually with Silvio's skill right here, as you can see. So that's pretty cool. We're gonna have it obtainable as a normal card. Also, we're gonna be getting Superstar as a UR in the next mini box, I'd assume. So keep that in mind too for the future. But yeah, this card states you can gain 500 light points for each Abyss Actor or monster you control. If the set card in the owner's control is destroyed by opponent's card effect, you can have a face-up Abyss Actor pendulum monster in your extra deck. You can draw until you have 5 cards in your hand. You can use this effect once per turn. So, I mean, it's kind of a decent little draw card, but again, it relies on your opponent popping your cards. And if your opponent knows that you're playing Abyss Actors, they're going to be really worried about popping back row, which could be in a benefit depending on how you play your deck. But again, it's not going to be a guaranteed effect that will pop up, but it's still good being able to draw 5 cards in hand for sure. So something to keep in mind in the future. Next up, we have Fire Dragon's Lair. Target an Abyss Actor you control. If it destroys your opponent's monster by battle this turn, your opponent banishes 3 monsters from their extra deck of their choice. If the set card in its owner's control is destroyed by opponent's card effect and you have an Abyss Actor face up in the extra deck, yada yada yada. Its special effect states you can look at your opponent's extra deck and banish one monster from your extra deck. That's actually kind of decent. I actually kind of like that effect right there. So basically this card, TLDR, you just get rid of your opponent's extra deck. So if your opponent relies on your extra deck, this card right here is just going to scoop out your opponent's extra deck. Because if you swing with an Abyss Actor monster and destroy one of your opponent's monsters, dude, your opponent is forced to banish 3 monsters from their extra deck right there, which means that like half their extra deck is just not going to be used anymore. That's actually pretty dummy busted. Hold up right there. That's pretty good. And then on top of that, you can banish one of their monsters if this guy gets popped from opponent's card effect. Sheesh. This one's actually kind of decent. And then last, Abyss Script card right here states you contribute an Abyss Actor monster and then target an Abyss Script spell in your graveyard and set it to your field. Okay. And then this card's special effects, that when it's popped by your opponent's card effect, you can do this. You can special summon any number of Abyss Actor Pendulum monsters from your deck. Okay, that's cool. So yeah, basically, if you're going against Abyss Actors, do not pop their spell cards, but then it works in their benefit because of the fact that they can trip you up with some of the different, like, more powerful background in the game. So who knows? But yeah, the popping the Abyss Script stuff is deadly. So if you're playing Abyss Actors, rock all those deadly back row cards along with the Abyss Scripts, set all those suckers down, and then just scare your opponent away. Sheesh. Kind of interesting. Again, from what we're seeing for the rarity changes, I'm not sure how I feel about Abyss Actors right now. So hopefully get some other really good Abyss Actor support in the future. Let me know in the comment section down below which support that the deck needs in order to be playable. But yeah, I don't know how I feel about these guys. I really don't. Also, shout out to Mild Turkey and Ghost Beef. Broken Pendulum cards that we're getting in the game soon. I cannot wait to have some good Christmas and Thanksgiving shenanigans, boys. I'm excited. Let's get this Christmas celebration going, boys. Yeah. And looking at this Mech Lord card that got a rarity change, I don't really care too much about this guy, if I'm being honest. It's kind of mediocre. It's like a combo extender of the existing Mech Lord Emperors, but who knows? Maybe we'll get this as a event card in the future instead of a card from a box, because I do not think this card is worth it from the box. But you guys can pause and take a read for it yourself. But I think this card is just a wah. Moving on to these shenanigans right here, though. So I don't really want to talk about everything here, but we will take a look at Honest Fusion and we will take a look at Mage's Specters right here, because those are kind of the two highlight kind of cards and stuff like that from these rarity changes that are interesting, because this could mean we might get Mecha Specters, but I really think that they're going to focus on Abyss Actors in the next mini box and not really give us a ton of support for Mecha Specters, which is fine because I heard that this deck is kind of toxic. But let's go take a look at this stuff nonetheless. So Red Eyes Fusion got a rarity change to SR, so who knows, we might get this in the next mini box, especially for the fact that we got new fusion cards for Odd Eyes recently. So definitely something to keep an eye out, that's for sure. And who knows, maybe it's hinting towards maybe getting Vortex Dragon in the future. That'd be pretty cool. But anyways, though, Honest Fusion states, fusion summon one dragon fusion monster from your extra deck using monsters from your hand or field as fusion materials. If your opponent controls 2 or more monsters and you control no monsters, you can use up to 2 Eyes monsters in your extra deck as fusion materials. You only can activate 1 Eyes fusion per turn. So who knows, maybe they will give us Vortex Dragon or something like that. Maybe not, though, because you technically could use face-up Pendulum Dragon, Eyes Pendulum Dragons as fusion material instead. So this might be one of those cards that's, like, kind of decent at first, but then later on, once we get, like, the actual extra deck Odd Eyes monsters, this would be pretty dummy busted in the future. Because, yeah, we don't really have any of the OP extra deck Odd Eyes monsters. Yeah, we only have just Odd Eyes Pendulum Dragon face-up in the extra deck, and then we have Beast Eyes and Rune Eyes right now, which are technically not Odd Eyes monsters, unfortunately, but still really cool card, and I'm excited to see this card. Again, I don't think I'll see much play right away, but it's still pretty cool. Now let's go take a look at Mecha Specters right here, and boys, they really nerfed these cards. Like, they're just rares normals now. Dang, sheesh. Anyways, though, this one right here has no special pendulum effect, but when it's normal or special summon, you can add a Mecha Specter monster from your deck to your hand. It's actually pretty good for a normal monster as a 3-star. Searching is really nice. And this card states you only can use its effect once per turn, cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. So, not bad for a rare card, I'd say. Then we have the Fox right here, which I've sworn I've seen this card before. I thought this was one of the good cards for the deck, but I don't know. I don't play Mecha Specters. Anyways, though, when this card is normal or special summon, you can add a Mecha Specter trap card from your deck to your hand. You can use this effect of Mecha Specter Fox QB once per turn. It cannot be targeted or destroyed by opponent's card effects. So this card can allow you to search for trap cards. So that's pretty cool. So again, this deck has some cool search abilities so far. So I'm all for it. That's pretty cool. Not bad. Next up, we have Mage Specter Sonics right here. You can target a Mage Specter monster you control until the end of this turn. Its attack and defense become double its current attack and defense. Also, any battle damage it inflicts your opponent is halved. Lame. Dude, I'm trying to OTK my opponent. Hello? Whatever, man. Still, pretty decent quick play spell card. And then last but not least, Mage Specter Gust. You can target one of them in your penalty zone and special summon it. Huge! I love searching for Mage Specter Gust with my Fox right here, boys. That is for sure. But I think that's going to do it for me, guys. Mage Specter support, probably not good unless they give us some dummy good Mage Specter cards that are not from the NPC deck. Because like I said, these ones that got Rarity Changes were from the NPC deck specifically. So while they are going to get added in the next box most likely, hopefully we'll get some other support for the archetype soon. But I seriously doubt the mini box is going to give us 2 busted archetypes. I think they're going to shaft Mage Specters here. And then they're just going to give us a lot of support for Abyss Actors and I think they'll make Abyss Actors pretty good. But again, let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below on these new leaks. I genuinely think that these Rarity Changes are hints towards the next mini box, which who knows when that will come. Probably December time, I would say, because we got 2 boxes, the last mini box and main box, like within 2 weeks of each other, which is ridiculous. So who knows about that, but we'll have to wait and see. Seriously though, if you guys did enjoy today's video, be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Other than that, that's going to do it for me, and have a good one, everybody.